Good afternoon. Can I speak Serbian? No? It's not easy for me to speak English, you know that. Okay, so I need two persons who will help me this afternoon. One, who won the game? Oh, you can have a sermon now. Okay, I need one person who is going to read a Bible text. Can I see someone of you? Okay, Lindsay. Stefane, možemo imati mikrofone za... One for Lindsay. And second person, I need someone who can speak Serbian and English, who can translate something if I am not sure how to explain that on English. Emmanuel? No? I don't know. Perice, može? Okay. So if I can't explain something in English, I will say Serbian and you will translate. Is that okay? Okay, good. Okay, so you saw that our topic for this afternoon will be dinosaurs. Stefane. So you understand that many mysteries surround dinosaurs. And we have some questions about that. Where did they come from? Did they evolve? What happened to them? Are there any living today? Has any human being ever seen a live dinosaur? Okay, so I'm going to give you some introduction, some general information about dinosaurs, and then I will speak about dinosaurs in the Bible. Is that okay? So, what was the reason that I was interested in topic about dinosaurs? Do you have any idea?
You found the fossil.
What does it mean?
You found the bone.
I'm not sure that we have a bones in Serbia, dinosaur bones in Serbia. Do you have any idea? What do you think? What group of people are most interested in the dinosaurs?
Small
Good. Can you understand now what was the reason that I was interested in dinosaurs?
children. You're a teacher.
Yes, I am, but it is not the reason. It was not the reason. Yeah. My younger son, he was crazy about dinosaurs. And he knew the name of every dinosaur. And he was very, how to say that, he was very young, small, whatever, and he didn't know how to pronounce the name. And he said, for example, Triceratops. But he knew the name of that dinosaur. So it was a reason why I was interested to know especially about dinosaurs in the Bible. We have numerous books and movies have been produced to satisfy a hunger for information on these creatures. Do you know what is the name of that one? Can you see something strange in T-Rex? Is that any strange when you look at this creature? Very good. What is the problem with that? Usually, when we are thinking about any animal, we can't see something like that. So, what can be problem? Very good. something is wrong with that, particularly with that kind of dinosaur. So, but it is a different topic. Did dinosaurs really exist? It is a question. So I think that today people don't have a problem with that. So fossils of dinosaurs have been found all over the world, and their bones are displayed in museums for all to see. Did you see any fossils of dinosaurs? Did you have a chance to do that? Lindsay? Yes? Where? Did you visit the Brisbane Museum? Did you see dinosaur? Okay. I visited Brisbane Museum, maybe it was maybe 10, 12, 13 years ago, and the first what you can see in museum is a big dinosaur. And that dinosaur was found in Australia. Do you know that? Okay, if you go to Brisbane Museum, of course, if you are vaccinated, you can go there. If you are not, probably you are not going there. But if you have a chance, you can go there and see. Scientists have been able to reconstruct many of their skeletons, so we know much about how they may have looked. So in this picture, you can see two types of dinosaur. Can you recognize them? One is Rex, and another one is Diplodocus. And you can ask me, how do I know the name? I told you what is the reason. Okay. So when were dinosaurs found? The story of their discovery began back in the 1820s, when Gideon Mantell, an English doctor, found some unusual teeth and bones in, what is the right pronunciation of that? Okay. The Mantell realized there was something very different about these animal remains and believed that he had found an entirely new group of reptiles. So he was right, it was dinosaurs are the reptiles. How big were dinosaurs? Jason found something about that, and some were as small as chickens, and others were even smaller. Some dinosaurs were very large, weighing in at an estimate 80 tons, and standing 12 meters high, or the biggest one, I can't pronounce that name, was 26 meters long and about 65 tons. The average size of a dinosaur, however, was probably about that of a large sheep or bison. Okay. When did dinosaurs live? The story we have all heard from movies, television, newspapers, and most magazines and textbooks is that dinosaurs lived millions of years ago. According to the evolutionists, the dinosaur ruled the earth for 140 million years, dying out about 65 million years ago. However, scientists do not dig up anything labeled with those ages. British science, Dr. Richard Owen, coined the name Dinosauria, meaning terrible lizard, for this is what the huge bones made him think of. So we know what is the name dinosaur means, what is the meaning of that word. So, if we think about the past, about ancient world, question, are there other ancient records of dinosaurs? So we have a Sumerian story dating back to 2000 BC or earlier, tells of a hero named Gilgamesh. Do you hear about Gilgamesh? Who was a Gilgamesh? What's happened to him? Well, what is he famous for? Do you know that? You didn't learn in the school in Australia. Yeah, you have to go to Serbia and I think it is maybe in year 1 or 2 in high school. You have to read. I'm not sure what is the right English word. It's Epic of Gilgamesh. Epic of Gilgamesh. Did you hear about that? Okay. So Gilgamesh is probably Nevrod or Nimrod. Do you know who is Nimrod? Yeah. When he went to fell cedar in a remote forest, encountered a huge, vicious dragon that he slew, cutting off its head as a trophy. Okay, so you can see in this picture, Gilgamesh was a giant. Okay, and you can see that he's holding in his hand what? Lion. Can you see how big is lion? Like a small cat. So Gilgamesh was a giant. It's another interesting story. Maybe another time I can speak about that if you want. Gilgamesh was actually, many scholars believe that Gilgamesh was a Nimrod, and you know who Nimrod was. When Alexander the Great and his soldiers marched into India, they found that the Indians worshipped huge, what is the right pronunciation, hissing, reptiles that they kept in caves. Very interesting. China is renowned for its dragon stories, and dragons are prominent on Chinese pottery, and what else? Okay, you know that China, symbol of the China is a dragon. England and several other cultures retain the story of Saint George, who slew a dragon that lived in a cave. Did you hear about Saint George? I think that in Australia you can find the pictures about St. George. I think that it is a name of a bank, yeah? And you can see the logo, that you can see the dragon. So this picture is from Orthodox Church. In Orthodox Church, Sveti George, or St. George on English, it's a very, very big saint, okay? And usually he's depicted as riding the horse, and he's, what is the right word? He's killing the dragon. Okay, dinosaurs in the Bible. In the Bible, in Job 40, 15 to 24, God describes to Job a great beast with which Job was familiar. So now Lindsay is going to read the Bible text.
Okay, all right. Look now at the behemoth, which I made along with you. He eats grass like an ox. See now, his strength is in his hips, and his power is in his stomach muscles. He moves his tail like a cedar. The sinews of his thighs are tightly knit. His bones are like beams of bronze, his ribs like bars of iron. He is the first of the ways of God. Only he who made him can bring him near his sword.
So, when we read that Bible verse, we can see that he moved his tail like a cedar tree. And now we have an interesting situation that many Bible scholars say this may have been an elephant or hippopotamus. Description actually fits that of a dinosaur like Brachiosaurus. Elephants and hippos certainly do not have tails like cedar trees. So I have some picture, but I'm not sure that I have right presentation at the moment, but we will see what is going to happen. So if you see the elephant, and if you compare the elephant tail with a cedar tree, can you say that it is the same? And especially if you look if you look in that tail, it's definitely not that the creature from the Job. So this is a cedar tree, okay? So you can see on this picture that they are very, very, how to say that? They are very concerned about their tails. But if we think about dinosaur, can we say that they have a tail like a cedar tree? Definitely yes, especially with Diplodocus or Brachiosaurus. They have a very big tails. This is not my presentation, definitely. I don't know what's happened. Stefan, do you have another one? Because I have more pictures. Yeah, sorry for that, but I think that I have another presentation with more pictures. We will see what is going. Maybe this one is good. Yeah, I think that this one is right one. Okay. So why don't I find the word dinosaur in the Bible? King James Bible translated into English in 1611. So the word dinosaur invented 230 years later. Okay? So because of that, we can't find the word dinosaur in the Bible. In Genesis 1:22, the Bible says, "And God created the great sea monsters and every living creature that moves, with which the waters swarmed after their kind." Hebrew word here for sea monsters, whales in King James, is the word translated elsewhere as dragons. Hebrew tanin. So, in the first chapter of the first book of the Bible, God may be describing the great sea dragons, sea-dwelling dinosaurs-type animals that he created. So it's very interesting. I don't have a time this afternoon to explain all that Hebrew words, but we will read some another text and I will explain that. Lindsay?
Job 41, I don't know which verse this is, but it says,
verse 1.
Verse 1, "Can you draw out Leviathan with a fish hook or press down his tongue with a cord?"
So, if Leviathan or Leviathan is a fish, can you draw out Leviathan with a fish hook? It is a question, okay? So if Leviathan is crocodile, for example, which many scholars suggest, can you do that? Lindsay?
His sneezings flash forth light, and his eyes are like the eyelids of the dawn. Out of his mouth go flaming torches. Sparks of fire leap forth. Out of his nostrils come forth smoke, as from a boiling pot and burning rushes. His breath kindles coals, and a flame comes forth from his mouth.
Do you understand that? What kind of creature is that? Huh? Did you see something like that in your life history? So what is that? Very interesting text for me is Isaiah 27:1.
In that day the Lord, with his sore and great and strong sword, shall punish Leviathan the piercing serpent, even Leviathan that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea.
Do you see how many times in the Bible you can find the word dragon? What is a dragon? Do you think that it is just a story? I have on my mobile phone, I have some I don't know what is some kind of program or what. It is a Bible with different translations, and I have do you know what is concordance? Okay, good. So when I go to Isaiah 27 and verse 1, I have here all Hebrew words. Okay, so if I'm going to find what Leviathan or Leviathan is, when I go to Hebrew, translation is sea monster. Okay, I have here explanation who or what Leviathan is. Sea monster or dragon, large aquatic animal, perhaps the extinct dinosaur. Okay, so when you read Hebrew, in Hebrew language, if you try to find what is the meaning of word Leviathan or Leviathan, you can see that. And he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. The sea dragons could have included dinosaur-type animals such as Mesosaurus. And now I have a picture of that creature. In Job 41 describes a great animal that lived in the sea, Leviathan, that even breathed fire. This dragon may have been something like a mighty Sarcosuchus imperator. He was 12 meters high, and Leopleurodon, 25 meters. This is Leopleurodon. Okay, and you can see the size comparing by man. The word dragon is used a number of times in the Old Testament. In most instances, the word dinosaur could substitute for dragon. Creation scientists believe that dinosaurs were called dragons before the word dinosaur was invented in the 80s. You understand that, okay? Good. So, dragons, dinosaur, and the Bible. Can we find them in the Bible? If we read the Bible, if we try to find the original Hebrew words, we can say yes. We can find that animals in the Bible. So maybe the famous Bible text, Revelation 12, and Lindsay.
And there appeared another wonder in heaven. And behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads.
Okay, do we have dinosaurs in the Bible? It's very interesting. We can read here about great red dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns. Of course, we can see here symbolic language, but that idea of dragons is not just imagination. Okay. So next, there is also mention of a flying serpent in the Bible. What is the right pronunciation of fiery? Fiery. Fiery flying serpent. What was that? Do you have any idea about flying serpent or flying snakes? Can we read Isaiah chapter 36?
The burden of the beasts of the south into the land of trouble and anguish, from whence come the young and old lion, the viper and fiery flying serpent. They will carry their riches upon the shoulders of young asses, and their treasures upon the bunches of camels, to a people that shall not profit them.
So, we have a flying serpent. What does it mean? We know that snakes are not flying today, okay? Did you read that Ellen White, I'm not sure in which book, but probably Patriarchs and Prophets, she wrote that in the beginning, serpent or snake had wings and was flying. Do you know that? Okay, so when you watch, when you read the books, when you watch some artifacts from ancient cultures, you will see that all that kind of cultures depict the snake with the wings. And of course, it's not forgotten in our days. Now we have a people who have snakes with the wings in their hands. What is the name of that? Tattoo? Yeah. So in summary, people down through the ages have been very familiar with dragons. The description of these animals fit with what we know about dinosaurs. The Bible mentions such creatures, even ones that lived in the sea and flew in the air. There is a tremendous amount of other historical evidence that such creatures have lived beside people. Okay, I have maybe 5 more minutes. Is that okay? Okay. So, my last question for this afternoon. We have a theory of evolution. According to the theory of evolution, dinosaurs appeared in, what is this number? 220 million years ago, okay? And they disappeared at 65 millions ago, 65 million years ago, okay? So, according to evolution theory, humans appeared 1 million years ago. So, what does it mean? Is it possible that humans meet dinosaurs, according to the theory of evolution? Of course, no. But this is a river in the United States, and the name of that river is Paluxy River. I don't know, maybe you heard about that. So, Perice, I need your help now, okay? Znači, imamo korito reke Paluxy koje je isušeno. Znači, reka je na neki način skrenuta i ona sada teče drugim tokom, kao što možemo vidjeti na slici. I onda ovdje vidite jednu grupu ljudi koji kopaju u tom suvom koritu reke. Šta su oni pronašli u tom suvom koritu reke? Znači, pronašli su otiske stopala dinosaurusa. I onda su naučnici rekli da su ovi otisci stari 100 miliona godina. Okay, so what is the problem? in the same geological layer, okay? In that dry, what is the name of trench of the river, they found footprints of the humans, okay? And now we have footprints of dinosaurs and footprints of people in the same geological layer. Do you understand how it is possible? If they didn't live in the same time, if they didn't meet each other, it's not possible. So, what is interesting is that that human footprints are much bigger than our foots, okay? It's about 40 centimeters. What does it mean? That people in that time, they were much bigger than we are, which is in connection with the Bible, that we can read that in the past we had giants. So we have one place in Mexico, and the name of that place is Acambaro. In that place, I will read something which I found from the newspapers, okay? Mysterious figures from the past. Is this proof that humans and dinosaurs lived at the same time? Did humans and dinosaurs live on Earth next to each other 4,700 years ago? Or were we visited by aliens and their unusual pets? Over the next 8 years, about 33,500 figurines were discovered, which are very different. Some look like dinosaurs. Some look like a man feeding a dinosaur baby. And some look like UFOs and aliens. Among them are human figures and animal figures, which have been scientifically proven to have lived in Central America before the last ice age. Of course, you understand that it's scientific language when they speak about ice age. They concluded that the figures were created 4,400 or 4,700 years ago, since it was determined that these were not forgeries. The thesis was imposed that dinosaurs become extinct just before the figures appeared, and not 65 million years ago, as modern science teaches us. You understand that? Very good. So I will show you now that dinosaurs figures. So more than 30,000 figures was found, and it's very interesting. They made, so I will say like that. They were not scientists, okay? They didn't dig the bones and made reconstruction of the dinosaurs. They just made figures from the clay. And question is, how did they know how to made the dinosaur? Do you understand that? Only answer is they lived together with dinosaurs. So you can see different kind of dinosaurs. And we can find the people who are fighting with dinosaurs. And especially here, it's very interesting. We can see Tyrannosaurus rex, okay? And he's fighting with a man. Can you see that on the picture? But can you see the size of the man? He's same as the dinosaur. It's very interesting. So we have a dinosaur eggs, it's not important, but here the last what I want to say is soft tissue vessels and cellular preservation in Tyrannosaurus rex. And now question is how it is possible. If they disappeared 65 million years ago, how it is possible that we can see their soft tissue? It's not possible, okay? So one scientist, Mary Schweitzer, she said something like that. I am quite aware that according to conventional wisdom and models of fossilization, these structures aren't supposed to be there, but there they are. I was pretty shocked. Do you understand what's happened? They found soft tissues of Tyrannosaurus rex, but if they disappeared 65 million years ago, they can't find something like that. So this is the proof that dinosaurs didn't disappear 65 million years ago, so they lived in the same time with humans. According to the Bible, this is completely evident and true. So, conclusion. This evidence shows that dinosaurs did not disappear 65 million years ago. We cannot say exactly the year when dinosaurs disappeared. Dinosaurs lived in the same time with humans in the past. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. I hope that you learned something this evening. Okay.